Amounts to a quarter to half an inch possible.
Hey, sports fans, huddle up. It's time for the DQ Pigskin Report. A weekly football show with the head coaches at Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln counties. The Center College head coach. Plus an update from the UK football coach. The Pigskin Report. Brought to you by DQ. Happy tastes good. State Farm Insurance. Here to help life go right. Whitaker Bank. Uniquely Kentucky. CC Auto Parts and Service. An Auto Value Certified Service Center. Essity, a global leading hygiene and health company. Now, with the DQ Pigskin Report, here are your hosts, Rick Schobel and Joe Mathis.
And good Monday evening. It's dark out, Joe, here at the Harrisburg DQ.
Yeah, feels like it should be about 8 o'clock right now.
Yeah, I know, it feels like it. Well, it feels like we went 3-4 last week.
Had some rough weeks this year, haven't we?
Yes.
Really rough weeks.
Yeah, we have. UK loses. Center College lost a close game to Barry.
Yep.
Garrett County won. Mercer County won. Danville lost. Lincoln lost. And Boyle County won. So there we are at 3-4.
Hate it.
You can be a winner, though. You won't hate this. At DQ Grill and Chill, 2-piece fish dinner comes with fries and toast. It's on sale this month for $4.99. Get a fish sandwich for $3.99, comboed up for $6.99. That's on sale. And they've got the $7 meals all day, 2 for $5 snacks, backyard bacon, ranch signature stack burgers. There's just a lot of good stuff. And Blizzard of the Month, the Oreo fudge brownie. Super Dave would like that.
Yep. What did you get? Is that what you got, Super Dave? Yeah, he got the Oreo fudge brownie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's eating it right now as we speak.
All right.
2 thumbs up from him.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started, Joe, with UK. Coach Stoop close but no cigar with another loss, this time to Tennessee 28-18.
Absolutely incredible football game. Extremely disappointed for our players and our fans. A very, very difficult loss. Not sure I've been a part of one quite like that, where we're so good in so many ways. Absolutely not good enough in so many different ways. It's, hold on offensively. I haven't had in production like that for some time. That was so good to see. Defensively, obviously we have some struggles, and we gotta get some things fixed. We are being put on an island on certain situations that we're not winning enough battles. You've heard me talk about that for years, and a team like that puts an awful lot of stress on you, sideline to sideline, and then obviously with the vertical passing game, and we didn't keep up with them. We didn't tackle very good in space, and we didn't cover very good. What I did like about our team is compared to last week when we traded jabs or shots or whatever you want to call it, when we took a punch, I love the fact that our team responded and came right back. Defensively did come up with some stops that gave us a chance. We came up a few yards short again, probably, I don't know, maybe 10 yards for a field goal there, and give them credit. They are playing at an extremely high level, in particular on the offensive side, and had some tough matchups for us, and we got to play better. I think it's a variety of things. I think with some of the defensive linemen going down and with, being thin and, inexperienced, again, no excuses. I mean, we will coach better and they'll play better. And as I told the team, we've been a part of so many games where we've played so good on one side of the ball, maybe defensively, and just come up a little bit short on the other side. We're a team. And we'll stick together, so they're all big boys, and we could all handle the criticism and the things that come with it. But there are injuries, there are some inexperience. We got to bring these guys along. The way we were not playing great defense, trying to be aggressive, trying to get some points there at the end of the first half. At the worst case scenario, I wanted to go in 21-21 because we were getting the ball to start the second half, and we had been moving the ball very effective. Bad decision.
That's UK head football coach Mark Stoops. 28-18, the final score.
And they had the game at one point. They were kind of in control, and then it just fell apart.
Yeah, that pick six. Well, I guess it wasn't a pick six. Kentucky caught the guy at the 2-yard line, but just about a pick six.
They might as well say, yeah.
They
gave him a score.
Was the backbreaker. We're live with the Dairy Queen in Harrodsburg. Tim Biggs and Teresa and Super Dave and Jack is here. Jack wanted to say something on the radio. Jack, go ahead.
Shout out with the number one.
Shout out to number one? Okay, what does that mean?
The number one.
Who's number one?
Dairy Queen?
Yeah, Dairy Queen, number 1.
Oh,
Shout out to Dairy
good.
Queen then.
That's
So,
a nice.
love that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll come back. We got Center College head football coach Andy Fry and Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crunchfield coming up next on the Dairy Queen of Harrodsburg Pigskin Report on 99.5 FM, WHBN 103.9 FM, WHIR, and HometownLive.net.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
Mike Gay here. Everyone at SD is cheering for our local high school teams this season. We're proud to be a sponsor and are rooting for your success both athletically and professionally. Good luck. Have a great season. And from SD in Harrodsburg and Danville, we're behind you all the way. For more information about our commitment to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place and learn more about our job opportunities, visit sd.com/careers. That's ESSITY.com/careers. sd.com/careers.
The NASCAR Cup Series
goes topside, green flag goes in the air.
Returns to Phoenix Raceway.
Oh, Larson's going to wedge it right in the middle of Austin Dillon. Larson will spin to the bottom of the racetrack.
Where one driver will forever be known as a Cup Series champion.
Around the outside and scoring the win is Tyler Reddick.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Championship.
Coverage starts this Sunday afternoon at 2 on WHIR 103.9 FM.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre. I'm the relationship banker for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
And we're here live. Parmesan, garlic chicken strip baskets, the honey barbecue chicken strip basket. Get this deal. Harrodsburg Dairy Queen only, the month of November, regular double cheeseburgers are half price. The month, Tim Biggs gave that a rousing yeah. Double cheeseburgers get half price, and combos just $5.25. That is only at the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Center College, keep going in college football. Coach Fry, tough loss to Berry, 28-21. Berry and you are tied at 4-1 in a conference, correct?
Yeah, correct. We've got now, there's a three-way tie for first. Trinity, they've got the same record. We beat Trinity. Trinity beat Berry. Berry beat us. That's why it was so difficult. I mean, we had our chances to win the game and couldn't get away with it. It was a game of a lot of mistakes, unfortunately. Just kind of surprised. I think our kids were pressing a little bit. Not all of them, but there were some guys that were pressing. They knew this was the biggest game of the season. You're playing a ranked team. At least they were ranked up until recently. I think they had points still, but it was at their place. It's always tough to play on the road sometimes, but I think that's an excuse. But some people think it is. I don't. I get it. Had our opportunities. I was a little disappointed in our special team. Gave up a touchdown on a blocked punt. We also gave them field position on some things that we should be better at doing. But that was probably the biggest disappointment was the special teams. Just that we should have been able to exploit a few of the things. Now, we did block one of their punts as well and got a touchdown out of it. I mean, we drove on that score. There were other things I think we gave them field position because of some things that tried to coach them not to do. It's life. You can move on. It could be a blessing, quite honestly. I think there are some things that I think could help us. If we had won this game, we still would have had all the mental errors. And I think we wouldn't have looked at them as completely as we are right now. The three-way tie, I don't know what the tiebreaker will be. I haven't really looked into that. The biggest thing, our goal always here is to win the conference and to compete for a national championship. If we win our next two games and they win their next two games and Trinity wins their next two games, there'll be a three-way tie for first. Who they choose with the AQ, I'm not sure. But right now, if the season was over, we'd still get in the playoffs. We have enough strength of our schedule that we're in the top the 40 that they choose, we would be going. We would win the conference championship. Obviously, we'd share it, but we'd also get in the playoffs, and that's the only way you can compete for a national championship is if you're in it. So we're in the driver's seat, but we got to put the foot to the metal.
Your last two games are at Andy Fry Stadium, and you got Rhodes this week at 1 o'clock. What do you know about Rhodes?
They're hot and cold. I thought they played really well against Millsaps. They beat them pretty handedly, in which they had a 3-game losing streak, and then they stopped it with against, I think, a good football team. Millsaps is an up-and-coming team. They kind of scare me a little bit on offense. They do a lot of gadgets. They do a lot of – I'm not saying they're trying to cover up things because maybe they know their personnel, but they will do just gadget throwbacks. They'll come out and unbalanced. They'll just give you a lot of different looks to confuse you, get you out of position, thinking instead of playing. That's concerning. This is a game that we're cornered. We got to win it. If we want to win the conference championship, you got to win it. And they're coming off a big win. Good for them. Yeah, that's the big thing. Offensively, I think they can possibly give us trouble just with the kind of things that they do to confuse you. Defensively, I think they 30 and a 40 front. They've jumped back and forth from that. I think they've got a few good players that can make plays. I've always said though, when Goman goes, we go. I mean, he's got to be able to get the ball to our playmakers, and if they can do that, I think we can have a good shot of winning this game.
What's it going to take for Center College to come home with a victory against Rhodes Saturday?
Well, I think, one, we've got to really our emphasis this week is going to be the special teams. We've got to win the special teams. We've got to be able to protect and punt. We've got to be able to return and punt. We need to get kickoff returns. We need to do good kickoffs, get the ball in the end zone, or at least force them to start the ball inside the 20. I think that was one thing I've noticed. Barry got the ball up to about the 40, 45. Now you're only 15 yards from from 4-down territory. You can't give up those things. We dropped a punt. We dropped a kickoff. Now you're trying to start with the ball on the ground and picking it up. They got a score on us when we punted and the ball bounced instead of where we tell them run away. The ball hit the guy and they got the ball at midfield. Just things like that in big games. Those will hurt you. And the thing that impresses me is we still had a chance to win. I mean, we had a chance to be a good football team with playing poorly at times, which tells you we put together a solid game. I think we could be real good. I didn't say great, but real good. I'll take real good. We'll see. Let's beat Rhodes and let's
one at a time. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thanks, Rick.
Thanks.
Center College head football coach Andy Fry, a tough loss to Barry, 28-21.
What a weird three-way tie here.
Yeah. And did he say he didn't even know what the tiebreaker is?
He doesn't know what it is, but at this point, if Center's got 2 games left, and Barry's got 2 games left, Trinity's got 2 games left. If they all run out, win those 2 games each, Center has got enough points that they'll get the
So they control their own destiny then.
They do, they
win
just got to win the next 2 games.
Go from the college ranks to the high school ranks, and let's go to Garrett County. Talk with head coach Spencer Crutchfield, and coach, another big game from Malachi Simmons, who ran for 3 touchdowns, helping your Golden Lions to a 49-14 win over Harrison County.
Yeah, I mean, Malachi, he's been a guy that's just been consistent for us all year, and got to give all those the backs get all the credit, but you definitely have to give our linemen credit as well. And when you're not getting touched to 5 and 6, 7 yards down the field, makes it a lot easier running the football.
Yeah, Cameron Peak had himself a good game as well. Ran for a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and when you add in, the Justin Parsons, the way he played as well, he was 1 for 2 through, I think, a 42-yard touchdown pass. And so, again, you ran it a ton. You kind of lulled the defense to sleep, and Justin was able to hit Cameron for that touchdown pass.
Yeah, Justin's done exactly what we've asked him to do all year, and that's, just to control the game for us and get the guys the ball that make plays for us. And, Cam had a huge night. Jagger Wood had a huge night. Malachi had a huge night. So when you're able to get all 3 of those guys, clicking at the same time, it makes it really tough on the defense.
The line is actually almost identical, Coach, to the game that you all had against West Jessamine earlier in the season, where Justin went 1 for 1, 49 yards and a touchdown. Do you feel like you all are playing your best when you can run it 30 to 35 times a game and then maybe throw it 2-3 times a game and catch the defense sleeping? Is that when you all are playing your best?
I think, it depends on which matchup, but I think, definitely when we establish the run and we're able to, kind of, like you said, lull the defense to sleep and then kind of sneak sneak one of those big plays in here and there, throwing the football, it definitely does help us out and kind of suits who we are and how we're built.
Yeah, we've talked about Jagger Wood at times this season as well, Coach. Pick 6 for Jagger and help spark the defense as well.
Yeah, Jagger's continued to make plays for us, whether it's special teams, defensively, and offensively. So when he gets his hands on the ball, he's able to do some special things with it. So defense played really well the other night as well. Kind of gave up a special team score and then kind of gave one up late with our younger guys. So definitely proud of how they played in the first half, and limiting those guys to 1 first down in the first half was huge for us.
Coach, you end up 6-1 your last 7 games of the year. Golden Lions are flying high, and what a way to welcome in the brand new stadium than to host the first ever playoff game at the brand new football stadium as you have E-Town coming in. Tell us how exciting things are there in Garrett County country, the brand new stadium, and hosting a playoff game there on Friday.
Well, like you said, that was one of our goals this year for our guys was, host a home playoff game. We fell short of a couple of our goals, but, we defended home field and got a home playoff game, so that's 2 of the goals we reached. So excited for our community, that gets to participate in this stadium as well. And these guys know that how special it is to have this facility, and also know how special it will be to have the first home playoff game and get your first home playoff win as well.
Yeah, hoping for the win as well. You got E-Town coming in here, Coach, and this is an Elizabethtown team that looks pretty even run pass, maybe a little bit more run heavy, but they definitely like to throw it around with their quarterback Ryan Bowen, who has thrown for 16 touchdowns this year. The running back Connor Johnson has ran for 13 touchdowns. Tell us about this E-Town offense.
They do a really good job of, taking what the defense gives them, and they're kind of multiple in different ways they can get in. Several different formations and run the same player. They can get several different formations and kind of scheme you with RPOs and, just stressing your defense and linebackers. So very well coached team on both sides. So we know we have our hands full, and they got a bunch of really talented players as well.
Defensively, Coach, they have been hit hard at times this year with the run. They've given up on the season rushing-wise about 2,400 yards on the ground. What do you expect to see out of their defense?
Well, they're going to base, I think, mainly out of a 4-4, and those stats are kind of, they have given up a lot of yards, but they play some pretty daggone good football teams as well. Yeah. So, we know we have our handful. They're going to be sound. They're very athletic, got a ton of team speed. So, we got to make sure that we're, the most physical team.
Yeah, they play in maybe one of the tougher districts in the entire state, Louisville Central and Christian Academy of Louisville in their district.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it certainly is. Coach, what's the keys to a victory on Friday night against Elizabethtown to get that first-round playoff win and move on to the second round?
Well, the main thing is we just got to stay true to who we are and trying to win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football and make sure that, we're not beating ourselves and we're not putting ourselves in bad situations, giving them short fields or giving up big plays.
There you go. Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, appreciate your time this evening, and we'll talk to you again next Monday, hopefully with a playoff win in your back pocket, okay?
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Go Garrett County.
On uptick, aren't they?
Yeah, Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield, 5-1 in their last 6, and a home playoff game, which is awesome for them. Of course, they have a brand new stadium there, so to be able to host a home playoff game.
They lost the first game there at Lincoln. I think if they played them again, they would beat them.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Have any.
I was thinking about that this morning, how their seasons, Lincoln and Garrett counties, drastically went different ways. Right, Garrett County ended up, I guess, learning from that loss, but it was a early season. You learn a lot from the first game of the year, but, winning 5 games in a row, and then obviously the loss to Mercer, but then finishing off with a win. So it was really 6 of your last 7 that Garrett County won, and Lincoln County losing 6 in a row to end the season.
Yeah, they started 4-0 and
lost 6 straight after that.
Yep.
We're here at the Harrisburg Dairy Queen. Go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, what all the crave is, it's for any occasion, a DQ Blizzard cake. All those things are absolutely delicious. If you've not got one, whoever has a birthday, you need to get them one, or an anniversary. And it's a great way to celebrate. Gets 2-piece fish dinner. Comes with fries and toast. Just $4.99 for the month of November. And the Harrisburg Dairy Queen only, the month of November, regular double cheeseburgers are half price. Combo at just $5.25. Harrisburg DQ.
We'll step aside, come back. We're talking Mercer County head football coach with Craig Yeast and Danville head football coach Frank Parks around the corner here at the Harrisburg Dairy Queen for the Big Skin Report on 99.5 FM WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and HometownLive.net.
CC Auto Parts. Parts and service. Service is the difference. We get it. No appointment necessary. Fast, friendly auto service every time. We'll have you in and out, hassle-free. Brakes, engines, and service of every kind. With free pickup and free delivery. CC Auto Parts and Service. Service is the difference. We get it.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrisburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch. And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
We are here, and come on in and get you something good to eat. Well, let's go ahead and stay at Mercer County, and Coach East, 4-game winning streak heading into the playoffs with a 28-14 win over Lincoln County.
Appreciate it. A hard-fought win. Had a lot of adversity to deal with throughout the game. We handled it, managed it, and found a way to win a game against a team that had nothing to lose, no playoff, and they were trying to get their seniors a win on senior night in the last game of their high school career. So very proud of our team and coaching staff to finish the season with 4 wins straight heading into the playoffs.
Well, let's look at the positive. Cornelius Mapp had 16 out of 23, 238 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. That's a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Braden Boffman had 191 yards rushing and a touchdown. Landon Yates caught 7 passes for 107 yards and a touchdown.
Sounds like we got a lot of guys making plays.
Yeah. Ashton Drakeford, 5 catches, 80 yards, a touchdown. Braden Boffman, 2 catches for 48 and a touchdown. Let's see. And special teams, Daniel Butler, 4 for 4 extra points.
So we're getting a lot of production from a lot of young men on our football team, and that's the beauty of it when it's a team. You get a lot of guys that got to step up because every other week there's somebody down and the other guys got to step up, and that gives guys an opportunity to develop. And then when everybody gets back and you got your full strength, then you get guys out there that make plays. And that's what we're trying to do, and that's the beauty of having everybody healthy now and winning 4 in a row, winning our district, and heading into the playoffs the right way.
And, we're talking about somebody that plays both ways hard. Braden Boffman had 2 interceptions on top of everything else he does.
Braden's a special player. We know that. We're just blessed that he's playing for us this year, and I think he's a very special young man. He's got a bright future at the next level as well.
Did everybody come out healthy after the game?
Yeah, I think we're going to be good. We had a couple guys. I think Kevin Rodriguez got banged up just a little bit, but I think he's going to be okay. So I think we came out of it all right.
Now you got LaRue County coming in. They were 0-10. Passing, quarterbacks are 48 out of 102 with 11 interceptions and just 2 touchdown passes. So is this a team right there that you feel like that you can stack the box on and try to force them to pass?
We just want to play the style of football that we're accustomed to playing. I don't know about stacking the box or not stacking the box. I just know we want to play sound, fundamental football in all 3 phases. And whatever our defensive coordinator decides we want to do, if we want to stack the box and play man, or if we want to play zone and play our normal defense, it's really going to be up to him when it comes to the game plan. But we're not trying to change anything that we normally do.
Their leading rusher has 169 yards for 10 games. Receiving, they've got one receiver that has caught 24 passes for 262 yards and 1 touchdown. So number 3, I'll have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I mean, they've struggled a little bit this year, but that doesn't matter. This is still the playoffs. The record goes out the window, and we got to go out there and we got to play football, and we got to win the game. We got to take control early, and then we have to learn to finish. And that's what I'm wanting to see out of our team. Play hard, solid, fundamentally sound, tough football for 4 quarters. We're not putting the cart before the horse. We got to go out, we got to play, we got to win. Then we'll put ourselves in position to move on to the next round. And we don't know who that's going to be. We got to play our game against LaRue, and we got to win that game. That's the most important game right now.
Keys for a Mercer County victory Friday night over LaRue.
Hey, we got to play harder than the other team. We got to win the turnover battle. Our special teams needs to put us in position to win us the game. We got to tackle well and score touchdowns in the red zone. Those are our keys. I think if we can do those things, that'll give us a pretty good chance to win. All right. Appreciate it, Rick. Go Titans.
Yeah, go Titans. There you go. Yep. And that's a way to get on a winning tick going into the playoffs. Got some momentum. You know, with these young kids, momentum is good. It's bad because it can spiral either way.
Yeah, and you know, assuming the Titans win on Friday against LaRue County, which I think they'll be able to beat LaRue County. Tough second round game for them. Where they're probably going to have to host Christian Academy of Louisville at home. So, like you said, positive momentum. They've won 4 straight, make it 5 straight Friday, and then see what happens against Christian Academy of Louisville.
Yep.
So be a fun one there Friday night. Let's go to Danville, talk with head coach Frank Parks. And, Coach, your Admirals went to Bardstown and got beat 49-7 and lost your quarterback Nathan Doyle in the process. How is he?
Well, he's getting better by the day. We think it's a bruise. He's going to get check the x-rays, just check it out, make sure it's nothing else. So it's just a day-to-day thing right now, and we just got to see how he progresses and see how he feels for Friday night's game.
Just how good was this Bardstown team, Coach, and the athleticism? You said they like to blitz a lot, and they were really hounding you all offensively in the first half with their blitzing and with their defense.
Well, they did a good job, like I said, blitzing, and we didn't do the best job of communicating and, picking those blitzes up at times. But we knew pretty much what they were going to do, and they was a little bit more aggressive than we were, and they took the fight to us, and we kind of was a little bit more passive than aggressive when it comes to stepping up and attacking and blocking. And defensively, we would make some plays, but then wouldn't get the stops which was the thing that we had emphasized and talked about. But they had some good athletes who was able to make plays.
Yeah, you got a touchdown late in that game, Coach. Jatavian Beasley, it's the 3rd time in the last 4 games you all have been able to get a late score, be it a field goal like against Leslie County or a touchdown versus Somerset and the touchdown versus Bardstown, and that's got to be good for your confidence. Again, this is a team that your Admirals does not have a lot of experience, a lot of young guys still playing just like last year, so to be able to get points on the board in games is big for their confidence, I'm sure, isn't it?
Yes, it was, and it was actually Marquise Elmore who actually got that touchdown. But, yeah, it was big just to show they continue to fight and continue to improve as the game went on offensively, and was able to punch one in Friday night. We talked about the consistency thing, and just at least they continue to give effort and fight, and we was able to score there late in the game.
You got Beechwood coming up on Friday, Coach. You're traveling to Northern Kentucky to take on Beechwood. There's only one team who has scored more points in Class 2A this year than Beechwood, and that's Owensboro Catholic. And, this offense is rolling. They've scored 61 in a game, 69 in another game. Those are back-to-back games. So in the span of 2 weeks, they scored 130 points. They've scored 61 in a game 2 weeks ago. What about this Beechwood offense makes them so good, Coach?
Well, they just all know they row, and they start and they row, and they can run the ball, they can throw the ball, they'll run some screens. They just very well coached, and they all understand how to play the game, and they play fast, because they are able to understand what their roles are. So they just do a great job of executing, and we all know that offense is about executing, everyone on the same page doing their job, and they do a great job of that.
They are not necessarily even 50-50 run pass. They have 237 rush attempts this year, 182 pass attempts, so a little more run heavy. But their quarterback is phenomenal, Clay Hayden, who I believe started for them last year. 35 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Tell us how good their passing game is.
Their passing game is very good. And, usually when you get scores like they do, then it tends to look like they run more, but that happens when you up on teams. So
yeah, that's true.
They like to throw the ball around, and they do a very good job of throwing it, whether it's throwing it down the field or hitting with some tunnel screens. So the quarterback's very good. He does a very good job of finding his open receivers. Receivers do a great job of running routes. So they do a great job in that passing game.
So you're saying pretty much early in the game you expect him shotgun spread, and they're going to be throwing it around a lot more than running it?
Yes, they do a good little mix of run pass, but they do like to throw it. Just watching them on film, they do like to throw it around a little bit and spread it around to different guys, but they can both very well. So
Chase Flaherty is their running back, 152 carries, up over the 1,000-yard mark, and 14 touchdowns. Their running game. How good is their running back, Chase Flaherty? Where's number 3 for him?
Oh, he's a solid runner. He's very good, and where they can do multiple things, it makes it even tougher because he can score and push you in the run game. So they got a very good balanced offense. If they need to run it, they can run it. If they need to pass, they can pass it, and he does a very good job in the run game.
Defensively, Coach, they've picked off 10 passes. They've only recovered forced one fumble in the air, but 10 interceptions from 8 different players. They've taken 2 of them back for touchdowns, 58.5 tackles for loss as well for the defense. What do you expect to see out of the Beechwood defensive front?
Well, they'll run some multiple fronts. They get in a 3 front, then sometimes they'll walk down to that 4 front. So they'll give you some multiple looks, and like I said, they play fast and aggressive, and they very fundamentally sound, and they understand where they need to be. So they can cause havoc by giving you multiple looks, and the secondary does a great job of showing some things and getting out of it and playing other things. So they just do a good job all the way around.
Yeah, special teams looked pretty solid as well. They have 4 kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Yes, they are. I was watching the film, and against Bracken in the very first kickoff after Bracken scored, they returned it for a touchdown. So we got to make sure we cover, stay in our lanes, and do all those things to keep them from getting those explosive plays in that special teams game.
That was last week, that 38-7 win over Bracken County. So I guess Beechwood running off 38 unanswered in that game?
Yeah, pretty much so. Bracken County took their first drive and scored, and they didn't score pretty much after that. So.
Yeah. Danville head coach Frank Parks. Coach, what's the keys to a victory, and what do you want to see out of your Admirals Friday night at Beechwood?
Well, I want to see a better level of executing and communicating across the board, and I'd like to see the defense make those plays in those moments of big needs, those third down situations, getting those stops, and consistently competing all night long. And the execution, I want to see our execution improve.
That's Coach Parks of Danville. And you can take advantage of a November to Remember here at your Harrisburg DQ Grill and Chill. 2-piece fish dinner comes with fries and toast on sale the month of November for $4.99. 1-piece fish dinner comes with fries and toast. You get the fish sandwich, $3.99. Combo it up for $6.99 on sale. Country ham sandwich all day and BLTs all day. $7 meal include a meat, and you get fries, a drink, and a sundae. Again, $7 for 5 snacks with the Padre got. And Joe, kids will play. And we'll be back with more of the DQ Pigskin Report right here on WHBN AM and FM, WHIR FM 103.9, and we're streaming it live on hometownlive.net.
Are you considering a new home purchase or maybe a remodel? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Jason Tyler. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. As part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 734-3316 and let me show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
What kind of tires do we keep at CC Auto? Cooper, Michelin, Nitto, Hankook, Firestone, Bridgestone, Toyo, General, Yokohama, and many more. We've just added the new line of Mastercraft tires, and we are also a Goodyear National Account dealer. We keep lawn and garden tires in stock, as well as farm implement tubes and tires. We have a farm service truck to meet the needs of our farmers. Call us at CC Auto today, 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
Mike Gay here. Everyone at SD is cheering for our local high school teams this season. We're proud to be a sponsor and are rooting for your success both athletically and professionally. Good luck. Have a great season. And from SD in Harrodsburg and Danville, we're behind you all the way. For more information about our commitment to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place and learn more about our job opportunities, visit sd.com/careers. That's ESSITY.com/careers. sd.com/careers.
The NASCAR Cup Series
goes topside. Green flag goes in the air.
Returns to Phoenix Raceway.
Oh, Larson's going to wedge it right in the middle of Austin Dillon. Larson will spin to the bottom of the racetrack,
where one driver will forever be known as a Cup Series champion.
Around the outside and scoring the win is Tyler Reddick.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Championship.
Coverage starts this Sunday afternoon at 2 on WHIR 103.9 FM.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
Smart playing the harmonica in the background there.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, we're here live at the Dairy Queen in Harrodsburg, having fun, eating Dairy Queen and talking high school football. And let's go to Lincoln County and talk with Lincoln County head football coach Levi Rogers. And, Coach, your Patriots defense had to stop Braden Boffman and the Mercer offense, and you came up short, losing 28-14.
Yeah, they're a good football team, and Braden Boffman, I mean, he's a really, really good football player. He can do a little bit of everything. He breaks tackles. He's got the speed to get away from you. He catches the ball out of the backfield really well. So he had a big night for him. He kind of, leaned on us a little bit. We did well against him early, but just as the game went on, I mean, he just kept getting more and more explosive plays there.
Now, you're able to force a couple of turnovers, Coach. You picked off 2 passes, and, the defense, seeming like it kept you in the game. Like you said early, they began to wear on you a little bit later on, but how well do you think your defense played against the Titans?
I think we did well. I mean, a lot of those yards came late in the game. He busted some long runs on us and stuff like that, but especially in the first half, I mean, we did pretty well against them. We were making them drive the football. We forced a couple turnovers. We got quite a few negative plays, tackles for losses there in the first half. It was just unfortunate, kind of the same story for us. Offense struggled to move the ball, and, when your defense is on the field that long against an offense and the weapons that they got, eventually it kind of takes a hold of you.
Offensively, Coach, Tucker Foster threw for a touchdown. You had him run for a touchdown as well. What did you see out of your offense against Mercer County, Coach?
We struggled a little bit early there in the second half. We came out and played, more the way we're capable of playing. But, we struggled blocking them a little bit up front through that first half there and couldn't really get any rhythm, couldn't really get, anything going there early on. And then in the second half, we came out, we moved the ball, kind of up and down the field, really the way we wanted to. So, it was a little bit inconsistent for us there. But like I said, your defense is on the field that long against an offense like they got, it usually don't end up in good results for you.
It was obviously, Coach, the last game of the season for you all with the Patriots not qualifying for the playoffs. What did you tell your team pregame? And I think we talked a little bit about this last week in our conversation, how, essentially continuing to build for the future and, owing it to everybody who comes to the game and those in the team to give it your best effort the last game of the season, whether or not playoffs are around the corner or not. And then what did you tell them post-game after the game was over, knowing that the season had come to an end?
Just that I'm proud of them, really. They fought all year long. We are in kind of a transition phase here. It was my first year over here, and, I just told them we definitely took the step in the right direction. We didn't finish the season the way we wanted to, obviously with the losses here. But, just proud of the seniors, proud of those guys that, showed up, came to work every single day and kind of helped to get this thing going in the right direction.
Well, you said your first year, you came back coaching at your alma mater. Was it about how you expected it to be coaching at your alma mater? This is a lot of guys' dreams, and some get to live it out coaching in their hometown, some don't, and you get to live it out. So what was it like your first year being back home?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I loved every minute of it. Couldn't ask for a better group of seniors to coach, a better football team to coach, really. You get a lot. You get a lot of extra when you're back at your hometown. Everybody knows you, that kind of thing. But I really enjoyed it. I wish we could have came out with more wins. Started off the year 4-0 and then kind of had some, losses pile up on us here at the end. But like I mentioned before, too, we got a ton of kids coming back, ton of production coming back for next year. So, I already know. I've already talked to multiple kids over the weekend. They're ready to get back to work, get back in the weight room right away. So, I'm going to give them a week or two off here, and then we'll be right back at it.
Yeah, you look at your roster. Cash Smith will be back. Bryce Bob Floyd will be back. Damon Spiegel will be back. Tucker Foster will be back. So you've got some playmakers coming back next year for their senior years. For most of those guys, I know Tucker will be a junior, but for most of those guys, their senior year next year, and they're already raring to go, you say.
Yeah, we do. And then our offensive line, we don't have any seniors. All the offensive line will return. We started 3 kids on defense that were seniors this year. So a ton of production coming back. A lot of the team coming back. Our junior class is a really big class. So we're excited, and like I said, it didn't end the way this year, we wanted to end it, the way we wanted to finish down the stretch there. But definitely looking forward to going into next year.
And that was Lincoln Coach Rogers. And let's finish up here with Boyle Coach Haddix. Hard-fought, hard-hitting game coming up with a 38-17 win over Frederick Douglass, giving you a 30-game winning streak.
Yeah, proud of our group. I thought they were challenged. Frederick Douglass, obviously, a really, really good team, very talented, well-coached, and it was a physical game. A lot of speed on the field, a lot of physical football, which that's what it takes to win at a high level. And I didn't do a great job calling plays there. We got a little conservative a little bit on offense, but overall, felt very proud of our guys, the way they played.
This is a good team. We beat them pretty handily last year, but the year before, they stopped your winning streak.
We owed them one here. That was something. They beat us at our place. We beat them at theirs. So we needed to win. It was big for our RPI. It was really a playoff game, if you want to look at it like that, and that's the way that we took it. It was a playoff game that we had to win if we wanted to have home playoff games, and our guys responded in the right way.
Well, what a 1-2 punch. Maury stepped his game up as well as Tavy, too.
Yeah, DeMarie, what a game he had. Just 200-some yards rushing, an interception, physical. Really got in on the first touchdown. They called it short, but, he would have had 2 touchdowns rushing. But just an outstanding player. And then a lot of the guys played well. If you look at it all around the board, I thought our line of scrimmage played well. We ran for over 300 yards. We held them, up front. Our defensive line played really great also.
Yeah, they were pushing it, and they were just holding on long enough for a hole, and then with the speed your back's got, they don't need much of a hole to just shoot right through. They know what to do with it.
Yeah, they can go play. And then what about Austin Bodner, probably play of the game?
Yeah.
When you look at they had some momentum. He just took it all away right there. Played a great job. We worked that a lot in practice, a great zone turn, what we were doing, and he made an outstanding play.
He just sat back into the last minute. He ducks right in front of the would-be receiver and just intercepted it. Great timing on his part.
Yes, great job by him.
Everybody come out okay after the game health-wise?
Yeah, we're pretty healthy. Obviously, physical game, but all running. We had them at practice yesterday and get a good practice today.
I believe I saw Guy Turner out there for a few plays.
He was. He's back. We got those guys back. He's on special teams for us, so just gives you another weapon to be ready to roll.
What about Gio? Is he still game to game?
Yeah, Gio's kind of up, and I don't know if surgery's going to happen or what it is. We'll just see how that goes.
All right. Well, we turn our attention now to a 4-6 team. This team is called Perry County Central. You know anything about them, Coach? You have any history with them?
Yeah, that's where I first got my first head job in 2010 there. So I was there for 4 years. I know they're going to play hard. They're going to come over here. We played them last year also. A couple of guys that I coached are now on staff there, so it's kind of fun to get to see them and to see where we started and see young coaches and guys you coached, seeing them come up.
What kind of offense do they like to run?
Well, they'll be in some spread stuff, but they'll also get under center and run the eye. Coach Mark Dixon's the head coach. He runs their defense. Chuck Fugit does their offense. They were at Hazard High School together, and then they left Hazard and went to Perry County. So, they won a state championship together in Hazard, and then now they're at Perry County, so they've got quality coaches, and they're going to play hard. They're going to get lined up and play football. They've
got a really good running back, Caden Gibson, number 23. He's got 775 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a good little player. Freshman, I think, pretty sure. Physical, scat back, can run a little bit. They also, one of their leading tacklers, it's funny, I kind of got a family friend, my neighbor, who I grew up with in Breathitt County. Her son is the quarterback, Aaron Johnson, and then her other son is the freshman linebacker who's leading them in tackles, Bryson Johnson. So know those guys and seen those kids grow up.
They've got number 40, Colin Combs, got 519 yards, but 9 touchdowns rushing.
They like to run the ball. They want to do that. Probably their best thing. They got another kid, a Fields kid, who's a good receiver for them. I think he's their leading receiver. So they'll spread it around a little bit, but obviously getting the run first.
Yep, Derek Fields, number 16, he's got 34 receptions for 523 yards and a couple touchdowns. Bo Bacon is 24 for 24, kicking extra points.
Yeah, his mom and dad was they were our trainers when I was there. They're both chiropractors, so they were our trainers on the sideline a lot. So I know them, and it's fun to see him. Here he is growing up. He's a kicker. I think he set like the record for the school there on field goal, so he can kick it. They got a good kicker, and special teams pretty solid.
Talking about defense, they've got 9 interceptions for defense.
Yeah, they'll bring some pressure, and being an odd front look, they will get in some 4-man, but a lot of times they're in an odd front, and they'll bring some pressure and get on you.
Boy, nobody wants to kick to you. Everybody's pooching, kicking the line drives. They don't let your dynamic duo catch the ball at all.
Yeah, well, Coach Singleton says it best. We're a product of our own success here. They're not going to kick it deep to us to give us a chance to return it because we've been successful there, and they put it on the ground with an option to get it back. So, but we've responded and played a lot better on special teams here lately.
Coach, what's it going to take for Boyle County to come away with a victory over Perry County Central on Friday night?
Well, we've got to limit the big play. Got to make them grind things out. Obviously, you can't turn the ball over and win the special teams battle.
Is a kickoff at
7:30? I think the Catchers to Blade just kind of updated all that all together, and it said 7, but it's actually going to be 7:30. Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
All right. Well, okay. All right. Give the schedule, and I want to do my rant.
All right. Friday night, you've got every area team except Lincoln County playing in the playoffs. Perry County Central is at Boyle County. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock on Z105. Of course, Perry County Central is where Coach Haddock started his head coaching career. LaRue County's at Mercer County, 7 o'clock on 99.5 FM WHBN. Danville's at Beechwood, 7 o'clock on 103.9 FM WHIR. E-Town is at Garrett County. Our coverage begins after 7 o'clock on hometownlive.net and Z105 after the Boyle County game. Saturday, Rose at Center College at 1. UK is off this week. No UK football game this week.
All right, Joe. Now we're looking around at 2A. Danville 0-10, scored 33 points all season and earns a playoff spot. Floyd Central 0-10, 2A, gets a playoff spot. 3A, Casey County, scored 36 points the whole season 0-10, they get a playoff spot. 4A, Harrison County and Nelson County are both 2-8. They're in the playoffs. Lincoln County's 4-6. They don't get a playoff game. 5A, Marshall County is 3-7, no playoff game. Ohio County 0-10, 5A in the playoffs. 5A, Anderson County 3-7, no playoff game. That's my rant. This is ridiculous. The system is broken, needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
When you reward an 0-10 team with a playoff berth, they got to do something. They got too many districts, or you pick somebody from another district. I mean, there's some deserving. You go 4-6, and Lincoln doesn't get a playoff game, and you're rewarding 2-8, two teams 2-8.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, you don't earn a playoff game if you're in a 4-team district. You automatically qualify.
But that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That needs to be fixed.
That's the difference. Lincoln County they have to earn a playoff game, and it's just
they won 4 games.
Yeah, it's luck of the draw or unluck of the draw for them. They just happen to be in a 5-team district, and for them it was unluck of the draw this year because they didn't make it despite winning 4 games. And teams like Danville and teams like Casey County and some of the other ones, Ohio County, I think you mentioned, they just happen to be in a 4-team district.
Floyd Central, yeah.
And because they are 4 teams from each district make the playoffs, and so most districts in the state are 4 teams. And so they automatically get in. There are those that have 5, and I think there are even a couple that have 6 teams in districts, and 1 or 2 teams are left out. And that's just, again, it's unlucky for some teams that just happen to be in a district with 5 teams.
Again, the system is broke. You don't need to reward a team going 0-10 with a playoff berth.
And the fact of the matter is, most of these games, you could pick them blindfolded this week, and you know who's going to win. On Friday, you know who's going to win. I mean, you're talking about the number 1 teams from districts that are going to beat the brakes off these 4-seed teams from other. I mean, they're not even going to be close. Perry County Central is going to make a 3-hour trip here and get beat by 6-7 touchdowns to Boyle County.
Probably have a running clock.
Yes, have a running clock, right? And so the argument would be, I think, more than likely, what most people who would have what your mindset, Rick, is to shorten the playoffs. And what you do is you just cut the first round out. Instead of taking 4 teams from each district, you take 2 teams. Take the top 2 teams. That cuts out the entire first round of the playoffs, and it shortens the playoffs by a week instead of having.
I know it's all about money.
15 games.
It's
Yeah,
about
14
money.
games. Yeah, there's gate money and stuff involved. And so I think that's probably what most would consider the most reasonable thing to do, would just be cut the first round of the playoffs in half, and you just take the top 2 seeds from each district.
Do we really need 6 classes? We used to get by with 4.
Yeah, I think Ohio.
Even you could go down to 5 even.
I don't know. Ohio has like 4 or 5, and they have an exponential more number of schools in high school football than Kentucky does. Yeah, of course, in the old days, used to be 4 classes, and then went to 6, and this is I don't know. I mean, they haven't asked me my opinion, so I just kind of go with what they say.
Obviously, they don't ask me mine because I'll tell them what it is. It's a joke. It's what this is. And it's a shame that this goes on.
And I think there have been 1, if not 2 teams already, and maybe more, that have already forfeited their first-round playoff games. They're not going to go drive 2.5, 3 hours or whatever. Now, you got sister districts, so the chances you have to drive a long way to play a first-round game isn't very high, because at least your district should be geographically the one that you're paired up with close to you. But still, you're driving a little bit of a distance to get beat by 40 or 50 points, and some teams are just like, it's not worth it.
Well, the playoffs will start on Friday. We've been live here at the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Take advantage of a November to remember. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Robert, back at the station. And thanks, Jack and Rayleigh and Rebecca and TNT and Super Dave, everybody that
the Padre.
came out. Padre, yeah, we don't forget the Padre.
Yep.
Be Good Sports fans, been in love of the live sports presentation, the Hometown Radio Network. Get us out of here, Robert. Super Dave.
Kentucky about to tip off, too, on
This
Z105.
has been the DQ Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Essity, DQ. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during the football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and hometownlive.net.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio. I'm Brian Shook. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are blitzing